back to Lessons Learnt. I'm Sherry, and this is Monday Quilt Chat. Run, get your favorite beverage, and come back and let's chat about quilt stuff, because that's what we love to talk about, isn't it? Thanks for coming by again. I really appreciate it. We have these little chats on Monday, every Monday. Very seldom do I miss a Monday quilt chat, so you can count on me. 6 a.m. Eastern time every Monday. I'll be here. Don't get up at 6 a.m. because I don't. This is Sunday night. I would not be getting up at 6 a.m. to chat with anybody. So, but some of you do before you go to work and stuff like that. You know, get up slow. I have some friends who get up slow. I don't know how they do it. I've never, ever been able to do that in my life. And yes, I have tried. Getting up early it just makes me sick. I can't stand it. But I'm glad you're here. I don't care if it's early or late or a week later or whatever it took for you to get here. I'm just glad you're here. And maybe while we're talking about being here, you can check right now, do the little housekeeping thing to see if you're still subscribed, because YouTube has that nasty habit of dropping subscriptions. I don't know why they do that. I don't know how that happens. Someone told me this week that they can't even comment on my videos. So I don't know what the things are that they are doing with people's subscriptions, but they need to stop it. So let's do that. Check and make sure if the word subscription or subscribe is anywhere on here. Touch it and then make that bell black so you can always get notified of videos. Of course, most of you that have been around for a long time here, now this channel is not really old, but you know, just 2 to 3 years now, I think. 2021, the end of 2021 is when it was started. 2 to 3, so almost 3 years. So all of you who have been around that long know that I have 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, consistently. Very rarely do I miss. So notifications are nice. They help you to remember if you're the type that doesn't, keep it in your head that that's when the videos are. You will get notified if you make that bell black. So let's got that out of the way. Thank you for anybody who subscribed that wasn't subscribed, just hadn't done it yet. I appreciate that. The number is continually going up. Thankfully, I rarely have a day where the number creeps down. I won't say it's never happened, but usually I get a good 5 or 10 new subscribers every day. So usually right after a video, I'll get 3, 4, 5, and then before the next video's out, it's 9 or 10, and it goes kind of like that right now. I don't know. I just haven't had, I don't want to call it a viral video. I just haven't had one of those videos that kind of explodes for a while. I will probably, the ones that I don't expect to do well always surprised me. Like the binding one, that was a biggie. The Temu one was a huge one. And I'm not doing Temu videos because a lot of you don't like Temu. And I could be a much bigger channel now if I would have done Temu videos. But I'm not doing it. And I don't think it's a great idea to do it all the time either. One now and again might be nice. But I won't do any more Temu videos. I promise. So this past weekend, I have been working on the purple hearts. You saw those on Friday. I had 15 or so. I have 20 now. I have 20, and I did some more cutting for those. And then also I worked on Wednesday's video for the Scrappy Celebrations sew along. I've got blocks E and F filmed, I just need to finish them so that I can have a little show for you at the end of that video. That's the only part that I lack. So I have today and tomorrow to get those done, and I will. So what else did I do? I don't know. I don't think I did. I did get another quilt top out to be long armed, and I've got it draping over the long arm, getting the, letting some of the wrinkles, the folds fall out. Of course I steam it anyway, but I like to, let it hang there for a couple days before I actually roll it on to the frame. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I believe it was last fall-ish, I finished a quilt called Harvest Dance. I think it was called Harvest Dance. It was a connecting threads pattern, and I did it up in Primitive Gatherings, Rustic Gatherings line, and it turned out cute, nice fall colors, and I just kind of was in the mood to get that out, and I had already made the backing for it. It has a pieced backing and the binding, and so I wanted to show you. I've been using these Lori Holt binding holders, and they're just big and bulky enough that when I put that in with my quilt top, it's going to fall out. I'm going to find it. Because I'm famous for losing quilt bindings. I go to bind a quilt and I know I made the binding, but I can't find it. That's happened more than once to me. And then I find it later, and then, yeah, big disappointment that I didn't have it when I needed it. So these are working out good. I just go ahead and make the binding, put it with the quilt top, and it's not going to get lost. So I like those. I'm sure you can get those at the Fat Quarter Shop, maybe some other places too. I'm looking at my journal to see what I did last week. The Hazel's Hat quilt, I bound it, and you all saw that on Friday. I took that into my long arm meeting Saturday and, showed that because we have like a little show and tell thing. And we had a good time, and always learning and listening and learning from each other so that, we can get better at long arming. So, nice little group there. So I went to that. I think that's pretty much all I got into this weekend. I'm still plugging along with all the same things as you have seen. I haven't started anything new lately that you don't know about. I'm kind of getting in the mood. I printed off a pattern. You all may have seen this, the layer cake lily. There was a video on this from the Fat Quarter Shop. Kim Jolly made a video of this, and it's a real simple little pattern, and I thought I might take my leftovers of something and make that. Leftovers of what? I don't know. I don't have anything done enough to have leftovers from. I could actually do this in that, what's it called? Tranquility. Remember Tranquility? I don't know. Hold on, let me get that. This. And it's in all kinds of different colors. And yes, that's a Fat Quarter bundle. This is a layer cake pattern. But I want to show you something about this pattern, and I can show you this. Here's your layer cake. Look at what you're using of it. You're using less than half of it, but the sad thing is this block right here is more than half of it. So even though your block, each one of these, each block is one of these petals. But there's 4 there. You can't get even 2 of these A's out of there. So I don't know, I'm thinking I might use this fat quarter bundle, and then I would have enough left to do some other stuff with this, because this was something I loved and I wanted the whole set. And you can make this bigger. You can make it bigger than just those 9. Is it 9? No, that's 16. You can make it bigger. So I'm kind of wanting to do this. I was thinking maybe I would take the folk and lore that I showed you last week, the leftovers of it, and make that. But I might want to start this before that. Speaking of folk and lore, this is going to take us right into recent acquisitions. I showed you last week that I got this panel, right, out of folk and lore, and then some yardage. And then I also got the fat 1/8 bundle and some yardage. This is like a 2-yard cut for like a wide border. But this is what I'm going to use for Pat Sloan's Block Wednesday. So she's going to have 9 blocks. And this is Ode to Our National Parks. So that's what I wanted to use this for, because this project is calling for the fat 1/8 bundle. So that finally came in from Green Fairy Quilts. And they always carry a large scale print as well. They don't carry all the prints. They carry a lot of pre-cut packages like this in all the different lines, and then they'll have 1 or 2 large scale prints to go with it. So I did have the presence of mind to get that, because I would be needing it later, probably for these borders, and I may make those borders bigger. I don't know. But basically this pattern is the 9 blocks, and then in between each block you have that kind of I don't know what you'd call a ribbon going through. There's a couple of sashing pieces, and then that ribbon with the knot in it going through. That's what I call it. I don't know. But this doesn't start until September 11th. So it's going to be a while before I have scraps from this stuff. So I might go ahead and use my Tranquility for that one. I just think that would really go good with this pattern. I do. Look at it. I want you to look at it again. Some of this I can show you. Some of the fabric requirements I can show you, but there it is. So you just make all these little quadrants up. I don't know, would I mix them up with the colors? Or would I make each entire block out of one? Because I could make, yeah, I should have enough to do that. I don't know, I probably will make the bigger one that's 4 by 5. Because square quilts are only good for hanging on the wall. And it's still big. Would be a big wall quilt. 74.5 by 74.5 is what the 16 block square one is. Let's see, let me see what the other ones are. They have the smaller one with 9 blocks. That one's 58 by 58. That'd make a cute wall size. And then the other one is 74.5 by 91. So it would be like that. It's hard to imagine that from this diagram. It looks totally different. But you use all the sashings and stuff that it showed there are out of background. So those would float on there. And I'm not crazy about the light ones. I don't know, what do you think? Should I mix these up or make each individual entire block, the 4 pieces, the same? Or should I just randomly mix these up? I don't know. But you can get this pattern on Fat Quarter Shop, Layer Cake Lily, and then there's a video showing how to put it together. I just think it's a shame that you just don't get more than that out of a layer cake square, and you have to make this one, you have to have 2 layer cakes. You know, I don't usually buy 2 layer cakes. I just usually buy 1 layer cake. I don't know. Maybe that's why I like fat quarter bundles better. I don't know. Anyway, I might kind of get into that if I can get a free space of time where I just don't want to work on anything else that I have. I'll tell you what I really need to do. I need to do two things. I need to finish that Happy Days and get it done. And then get serious about the berry wreath and getting it done before I do this. I don't know. Help me make a resolution about that. Like, give me a time frame of when I need to get those done or something. Somebody out there motivate me to get those done. I know you want to just kick me in the butt, but I need some kind words of encouragement. I'm so silly, aren't I? But, okay, so we got into recent acquisitions. So I'm going to put that away. I showed you that. I got the Sew Sampler box in the mail. I'm not going to show you that because that's not supposed to be shown till the 30th of the month. And I don't do unboxings anyway unless they send it to me for free. Fat Quarter Shop, if you want to send me a box for free, I will be happy to do an unboxing for you and rave about it. But right now I'm paying for it myself. I found a heck of a deal on Missouri Star Quilting Company. I couldn't believe my eyes. Riley Blake Confetti Solids. A sale came up in my email that said they were $55 a bolt. Okay, on So Yeah, you pay $68 a bolt. Across the board anytime. That's the final price. You know, that's it. They're usually more than that if you go anywhere else to buy them. But this sale came across for $55. And if you buy two, you get it for $50. So, yeah, I got two. I got a black one. And then I also got this. And now I've not had this. This is called Vintage White. But it is not white. It is more like a muslin color. It's light. It's like a fine, you know, the really nice, good, not very splotchy muslin. It's kind of that color. Now here's the color that I usually use, which is called Putty. And Putty is just a little bit more vanilla-y looking. And the camera's probably not going to show it up. But do you see that? This reminds me of that manila paper we used to use in grade school to draw on. I don't know if that's why I like this color or what it is, but that's what I usually use in all of my backgrounds if I'm using kind of an off-whitish thing. This is called Antique White. You could see that this is definitely more of a white, but it's definitely not a white. So I got that and a black one, $50 each. So I felt like that was a pretty good deal. This one I already had, this Putty. Unfortunately, I went on the website today and that sale is off. Do you want to know what Missouri Star charges for a Riley Blake Confetti Solid Bolt on the regular? Well, I will tell you. The regular price is $85.20. So that's quite a bit more than what So Yeah sells them for at $68. But then they are on sale right now for $77.60, which I wouldn't pay that. I would not pay that. So, sorry, I'm telling you about this too late, but keep your eyes peeled for that sale. They must have gotten a bunch in. And then also, before this, because see, I was running out of white, like a real white, and I finally did run out of white. I ordered some from Fort Worth Fabric Studio. I just went searching and found them. They had it for, I'm trying to think what I paid for that. out there. $58. It was a good price too. 55 to 58, somewhere in there. I can't remember. It has not shown up yet. I ordered it way before. They did tell me that it was something that was back ordered, but I still haven't gotten it. It is on its way though, or I think I did get a shipping notification on it. So I am getting a white. It's a cloud white. So if you know what that is in Riley Blake, it's a white. So that's coming as well. So I just couldn't pass that up. I went ahead and got that off-white and black just to have. I'm not completely out of black yet, but you know, at that price and buying two, you get $10 more off. I had to. Also, while I was in there, I ordered some muslin, and this is 108. Remember those vintage quilt tops I got at the flea market place, the antique mall? I have tried to find some fabric in this room for backings, and I know a lot of people would say, oh, it's just a vintage quilt, just don't worry about it, just use something from your stash. Everything looked dumb with it. Today's fabrics just don't go with vintage fabrics. Vintage fabrics need to stay with vintage fabrics or muslin, in my opinion. That's the conclusion I've reached. So I got from Missouri Star, while I was shopping there, I got 5 yards. I have 2 of those quilt tops. So this will yield me 2 90 by 108 muslin backings for those. And it is nice. I'm feeling up in here, and I could open it, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice muslin. It feels really good. So, and this is actually almost the same color as this antique white, isn't it? This is a little bit whiter. But this will go great for those 2 vintage. And it was $11.44, I think, a yard on sale, and it still is. So if you want any muslin, natural premier quilting muslin 108 wide backing, it's 11 something. Let me see. $11.44. It's still on sale. It's usually $12. So it was a few cents off. So I didn't really get a huge deal there, but I know I got good quality and all of that. So it was just what I needed. So shopping. Shopping sometimes it's a two-edged sword, isn't it? You find things you don't need, but then you find things you do need, and sometimes you find things you didn't know you need until you saw it. So that's kind of what happened with that. Just couldn't find anything amongst all this fabric that would work as backings for those 2 vintage quilt tops. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that muslin. Okay, what else? I think that's all I got as far as recent acquisitions. Yes. So what else? Oh, I feel it's time to change your decor. So if you have quilt items that you change in and out, I think it's time to go ahead and change it, because I want to put my apple quilt up. So I did that, and I made 2 or 3 little clips of me doing that. So, and then I talked about it, and I showed you where I put that and what was there before and what my plans are for that area, things like that. I think I talked about that. So that will go right here. Here's where I want to change out my wall hanging. So this is the one that I have up year round, and I'm thinking about making this area a little bit of a decorative spot where I can change with the seasons. So this was a Riley Blake bird themed and music themed wall hanging kit, and I just did some free motion quilting on it on my domestic machine on my Jazz 2 long time ago. not all that long ago, but this has probably been up at least a full year, if not more. I like it. It's the pantry area of my house, and back beyond there is the laundry room, and there's a little bathroom right through that door, and then most of the pantry shelves are behind me. So let's change it out to the apple quilt. There we go. I think I might have it just a tad too high. I may bring that down. It's kind of hard to judge when you're on a ladder. So there it is above the freezer. Something different and a little more colorful to look at as you walk through. Here's what I use to put them up with. Just a little push pin that's clear. Just like that, right in the corner. And once you get out and away from it, you don't even notice that they're there. And these drive into the drywall really easy. You don't need a hammer or a screwdriver or anything. Just push really hard. They just slide right into the drywall and come out just as easily. So no damage. No damage to anything really. It's just a pin. Okay, so this is your cue to start looking through your stuff and pull down the spring and summer stuff and get your fall stuff out. We had some weather last week that was very fall-like, or maybe early summer at least. It's getting hot again, very hot. It's going to be very hot again for several days. I would imagine when we get into September it's going to cool down some, but even then sometimes we don't get fall weather in September. It's still kind of hot, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that made me feel like getting my fall stuff out and changing it, so I did. At least that. I haven't done everything yet. There's more to do. I have like a table, a tall table. What are those called? Consoles. In my foyer, I have a table runner on that. I have one on the big, another console type thing for the TV. Just a few things. I don't do a whole lot. I'd like to do more. And I need to get some hangers, really. I need to get some real quilt hangers to hang quilts up on the wall. You know, the heavier, the bigger quilts. And I've got some nice big walls for that. So it's time to get fall decor out. Maybe I'll do a tour of my house one of these days when I get some things out. Okay, I promised you that I would let you know when I made the donation to the Humane Society. And as you know, we didn't raffle. We auctioned our quilt and we got $540 for it. So I have sent in $540 electronically to the Humane Society of the United States. And I don't have any sort of like real acknowledgement yet from it. I don't know if I'll get anything like that. It's a pretty big organization. I don't know if they have the staff and the time to send out letters to, you know, everybody that makes a donation. And I'm sure there's much bigger donations than this that go in on the daily, but I just wanted to let you know that I did do it. And here is my receipt for it. And I'm going to try to double this over so that you don't see some information that the world doesn't need to see on YouTube. But yet you can see that yes, I did it. And this is tiny. But there at the top, whoa, that's really wrinkled. Here at the top, you see the Humane Society of the United States. And there's the transaction receipt. It's got my name right there. And the amount is $540. And yes, there's some other stuff there, but I don't think it's anything anybody could do anything with. So it's done. It's done. Now we have to start thinking about doing another one here in a couple months, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We might wait till beginning of the year is what we might do, and see how many we can do next year, whether it be 2 or 3 or 4, whatever. We will see. We will see. It's almost time to start talking about, you know, what did we do? What did I do? Me. What did I do this year goal-wise? What did I accomplish goal-wise that I set out to do at the beginning of the year? And I know of one biggie that I did not even touch this year. I don't think I'm going to touch it this year. I think it's going to have to be one of those things that it's going to have to start over next year, and that being EQ8, which is a pattern design software that I purchased and have not done. I also purchased some classes I have not done. I can do them anytime, but they're there. So I need to do that. But I don't think it's going to happen this year. This year was long arm year, right? See, I think my original goal was the first 6 months of the year I was going to concentrate on long arm. And the second I was going to concentrate on EQ8. But the long arming is pretty, it's a biggie. It's a biggie, and I'm still learning. I don't think that I'm ready yet to go into a full-on, let's learn this software, how to design quilt patterns just yet. Because my mind is a little bogged down with long arm stuff. I do not want to mix the two somehow. So I think I might push that into next year. I think I will. And that's okay. I'm not feeling bad about it or anything like that. It's just that, you know, when you set out, you put down some goals, you tell other people what your goals are, and then you did nothing to achieve it. It's a little bit painful, but, you know, it's not anything that's vital that I learned, you know, this year. So it'll always be there, and I'll get to it next year. Yay, I need a cheerleader to cheer me on, or a bunch of you cheerleaders. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh, here's another thing I'm sick and tired of this mat down here that's supposed to hold my foot pedal in place. It does not do its job. I'm a little embarrassed to show you this, and I'm sure yours looks like this too. So I'm just going to show you. This thing. Okay, so it has this rubber thing on it. And then it has these little grippy things like your car mats do. And it's supposed to dig into your carpet. Well, I don't have carpet. I have wood flooring. And I've had something down on the floor before, some kind of like double stick tape, but it was like that, I don't know, it's like that clear tape. And then I also put some shelf liner, some of that rubberized shelf liner, and I just made this strip across that I was hoping something would grab onto. See, it comes with this thing. This sticks good. I mean, it's staying on there. But this doesn't do anything. It's rubbery, but it does not do anything on this flat floor, on this wood floor. So I went and bought some carpet tape, which is double stick. And then I also have this heavy-duty anti-slip pads, which go on the bottom of furniture legs. You can either cut it, or you might have something this size, but you can use it for that. And I'm thinking maybe that could be stuck on here somehow. And then with the double stick tape, I don't know. This is driving me nuts. I run my foot pedal up under my cabinet every 10 minutes probably, and I'm constantly pulling it back out with both my feet. Do you all do that? I don't. Why do we mess with stuff like that? Why don't we just fix it? Well, I got the stuff. I hope it works. I'll let you know. I want to get down here and scrub the floor real good first, make sure stuff will stick to it, and then I'll let you know if that's working. Because if it is, I want to tell the whole world. Alright, let's go ahead and get to the art quilt of the week. I think I've chatted long enough about nonsense that it's time to get down to the art quilt. Let me go ahead and stick a picture of it right over here. Let me get over here so I'm out of the way. Right there. Opulence, this is called. Opulence. And boy, isn't it opulent. I don't even know what opulent means. 65 by 65 is what this is. It's by Sherry Novak Johnson of Lawrence, Kansas. An original design by Sherry with several techniques, including machine applique and piecing, trapunto, and 2-layer loop binding. Sherry had the most fun in making the applique basket weave squares. Custom machine quilted by Sandra Cockram. Quilt is enhanced with Swarovski crystals and gold beads. It was juried into AQS shows in Daytona, Florida, Branson, Missouri, and Grand Rapids, Michigan. Well, why not Paducah? It also won Best Workmanship at the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival, Hampton, Virginia, and Best of Show, Pittsburgh, Kansas. Wow, won a bunch of stuff, didn't it? Now this is opulent. Opulent. All that gold crystals. This is a very, very intricate quilt. And she said she had a lot of fun making the applique basket weave squares. That looks pretty tedious. I'm glad she enjoyed it, because that looks like it would be a bear to do. This is an amazing quilt. And the loops around the edges as well is very interesting. So yeah, a lot to look at there. Wow. That's an art quilt. I have not been to the Kentucky State Fair yet. I think it's over the 25th. Today is the what is today? Oh, that's today. It's over. I missed it. Did I miss it? I was going to go Friday, but I just didn't feel good. Did you all see Pin Cut Sew? Pin Cut Sew? I forget what her name is, but she has a channel and she lives in Louisville. And she put a quilt in the improv section, and she got a white ribbon, which is a 3rd place ribbon for her quilt. So I congratulate her on that. And that has motivated me to want to put one in next year too. I may just do it. I feel like I will do it. But she won a blue ribbon in her photography. She had a photograph that won a blue ribbon, so she was really excited about that. Yeah, I gotta get into the entering quilts in contest game, I guess. It'd be thrilling, wouldn't it? Just to display your quilt somewhere for a while would be thrilling enough for me. Never mind the ribbons. As if I would get one. Well, that's all I have for you this week, I believe. I think I'm ready to get started today and get some stuff underway. Finish that video up for you on Wednesday. I hope you guys are enjoying the sew along. There's quite a few of you doing it, I believe. And the Facebook group is yielding some cool pictures of your blocks. Keep doing that. We enjoy seeing those. And maybe when we get closer to the end, when we're done with the blocks and quilt tops start coming together, we can do a show of all of your quilt tops. That would be fun, wouldn't it? We could just dedicate a show to that, maybe. That would be fun. So think about that. If some of you feel like you're going to be able to get it pieced into a complete top by the end of the 8 weeks or so, maybe I give you an extra couple weeks. to catch up if you're a little bit behind, and we can do a show of just those and see how they compare with each other. I think that would be fun. We should totally do that. All right, so we'll see you here on Wednesday for blocks E and F, and then back on Friday for Finish It Friday, see what we've got done. All right, we will be back here soon, and until then, sew a little bit every day. Okay, bye-bye.